when you're getting started as an entrepreneur, there is two types of entrepreneur. The entrepreneur that is going to spend hundreds of hours on market research, trying to figure out if their idea is good or not really being sure of what to do. And you have the other, not really care. They have an idea, they go for it, and then they hit a wall and realize that, oh shit, that wasn't actually a good idea in the first place. So is there a way to actually do something in between that will not take you that much time, but will allow you to get started very quickly? Well, that's exactly what DeepSearch is, and is going to help us tremendously. Because what I want to share with you is something that since I've been working on my app to actually build a product and be able to sell it, I have the main app that I was building was too big, and so I started deconstruct into smaller apps that I can sell quickly and use. And so I've been working on this app that I call Just Upload. And this app, even though I know that that's a problem that people face, that I'm facing, and there is probably solution out there, I'm kind of the second category. I have an idea, I'm so excited about that idea, and so I go for it. I don't really take the time because, well, market research is kind of a buzz killer. When you're excited about an idea, you have to look for obstacles, challenges that can come in your way. That's kind of buzz killer. So I don't want to do it, but I know that's important. That's why I use deep research. And so it's exactly what I'm going to show you what I did, even though in the beginning that wasn't intended, but then I figured, oh, you know what? Let's just do it. Deep research is the new feature of OpenAI. What it allows you to do is actually you type here your request about the subject and you type deep research. And so that's mainly for now with the pro user. But what you need to understand, you will see the quality of what it outputted. Honestly, if you just need to see someone to tell you all those things, that will cost you way more than $200 for just doing it. So if you pay just for 1 month, you get access to all that powerful resource, and then you will have all the reports that you need to actually get things done. And so here it started. Because I started working on kind of the other feature of the apps, kind of the deep down features like the settings. And so I was wondering what to put in the setting part. That kind of how I come to it. So that's not natural to me to actually do market research, but that started like this. And what was funny is it tell me just that right here. Do you want on specific a research on specific competitors' app to do similar things general? And that's when it clicked. Oh, that's when it clicked how powerful this tool can be. If I can use this tool to actually do the market research that I highly don't want to do because that's annoying, that takes time, and that's absolutely not what I just don't want to do it. I realized, oh shit, maybe I can just ask it to do it. Just give it a try. And so this is what happened. So first, it went on to analyze a little bit about the setting part of the thing. Since I launched the request, you know what? Let's just go after it. And first of all, it started giving me the name of my competitor, which I didn't even know existed. So I started looking it up on the different website and so on, reading a little bit about also what it tell me, but since it was focused more on the setting feature, it wasn't that useful at that point. But at least I had names, because when you are getting started and you have a brand new idea, one of the things that can take very long time is just what are the competitors? What are actually the other companies that are doing the same thing? And just figuring out that can take a stupid amount of time. And now, in just, I believe, 10 minutes, he gave me all of them, at least the most important. So that's kind of going over the details here of what I need to do, but then I follow through. I'm going to that, but let's analyze competition to see what's their purpose and what are the minimum requirements I need in order to get the same level as them, and what I could propose in my app to have an edge over them. And so that's really that when you are building an app, when you are trying to, because the business game is a highly competitive business game. So the idea of analyzing the competitor is just to understand what they are doing, and try to find a way either to match their level or doing it in a way that is more compelling and interesting to the viewers, to the users, sorry. And so then you follow up by the kind of questions that's how deep research work. You first give it an initial request, and then it's going to ask you a few follow-up questions just to make sure it understands before it go on to research. And so which specific competitor would you like? Should I go for the most relevant one? Do you want a feature by feature breakdown or of their content related setting and so on? Would you like insight on their pricing, their feedback and so on? So I said yes. I want to know. I want to analyze the most relevant, break down mainly the offer and features that they offer, because I want to know, okay, I have all my features. Am I aligned with what they are proposing? What are their prices that they are charging for that? And also, what is their pricing model? Because there is a lot of things that come into it, and we are going to see the details in how you price. Because you have multiple tiers, basic, pro, team, enterprise, and so on. And you are proposing a ton of things. And a way to differentiate yourself, and this is what I found here, is just also to how you structure your offer. You can pretty much offer the same app, but depending on what you give access to your user, that can change the offer drastically and make your offer either more appealing or less appealing, even if you keep the same price. So that's kind of the idea here. So it went on, do the analysis, feature breakdown. So it started analyzing each and every feature that those competitors have. Then pricing model also. So I have all the pricing that they offer. We see that the first one is really expensive, but also it's I believe it's more robust. It offers a lot more variety and kind of things a little more on top of what I'm actually offering in my app. But okay, that's kind of a very high tier price. And then you have kind of this one, which is a lower tier price. And this is what I told you, where you can, depending on what you deliver, you can have the same features, but depending on what you give access to the user, you can have different pricing model. For instance, here, this is $12 per channel. Allow unlimited user collaboration. So, and also I believe there is some that have kind of the free plan. This is up to 3 social media channel and up to 10 scheduled posts per channel at a time. Sorry. Also, yeah, it gives directly the link. So if you want to just click and see the article that detail everything, I mean that's absolutely insane. And so I didn't go through it, but now that I'm seeing it, probably I'm going to take a little bit of time to go through each article that it's put in links. You see that all of these things here are actually links of articles and so on, of resources that it found to understand how it works. Anyway, so there is the main thing that I find with the pricing model is either the number of social media accounts that you can connect, the number of users you can have, the number of posts you can do on a daily, weekly basis, and all of those kind of things. So mainly the features are the same, but the pricing model, you can see that depending on the competitor, vary enormously in terms of what they offer and so on. So you can either do the same or try to find a gap to establish. So there is a lot, I mean 6 or 7. So unique selling point. That's also where it start getting very interesting. What is the unique selling point of each of them? How they are differentiating themselves from everyone. One-stop hub for social media management. So that's really something that that's like the Armageddon. It seems to me that this one is kind of the Armageddon of social media content management. You could do everything, anything, whatever you want. So this one, I'm going to take a close look at this one in the future, because my app, since the Just Upload app is kind of a mini app of my overall app, which is more a lot more closely related to a full social media management, app, and automation of online business. This one is going to be probably a long-term competitor. So that's one that I need to keep more close attention to. But so they detail everything. I'm not going to go through each of them. But you see the amount of information that I got in just 10 minutes. That's obscene. And then this is where it got very interesting. The praiser and the complaint. Because okay, what are the things that actually people like, and what are the things that actually people complain? And mainly for this one, okay, it's Armageddon of social media content, but people are complaining that this is way too expensive. Maybe that's good for enterprise, team, agency, I believe, that have kind of the finance to do it, but maybe for individuals, that's not really a thing here. This word buffer is kind of ease of use and clean design, so very efficient. On the downside, this is a feature or light compared to bigger tool like probably the one before, and so on and so on. So that's kind of the other thing that was very interesting. I'm going to take a closer look in the future. And then it started summarizing what are the key features that I need to include in my app. What are the differentiating app, the differentiation, sorry, I cannot say it, and the gap to the market. So it's combined robust feature with affordable price. That's kind of the gap here that we are seeing. We have an Armageddon that is very expensive, and on the other side, we have other things that are kind of too light, but not so expensive, but kind of too light. And so that's kind of where it start content repurposing or automations. That, you see, that was part of the first one, that is kind of the Armageddon of social media content. But that's going to be part of the second mini app that I'm going to build. And that's also something I feel is going to differentiate my app from the other, is the fact that since I'm building mini app and I'm going to create bundle subscription where they can subscribe to one thing, but they don't have to subscribe to everything. And so that way, compared to the other guy that is actually giving just one subscription model and you get access to everything, but that's extremely expensive. The way I'm going to do it is make it much easier to select for my user the mini app that they want, the one that they don't, and don't overpay for things that they are not actually using. And by designing my app based on mini app and then building up on subscription, bundle, and so on top, that I believe that's something that can differentiate myself from them. Market positioning, automation, focus AI, smart, yeah, because I'm going to use AI. So yeah, that was kind of the first thing, and then I went on to ask, of course, a detailed summary here, unlimited, the affordable. Yeah, here there is really two things to differentiate myself, is kind of proposing an unlimited plan, kind of posting as much as you want, as often as you want, and just have one price, a flat price. Okay, this is either free, you have limited access, or you pay, but you have unlimited access. That's kind of the thing, because all of those competitors have kind of a lot of tiers that allow you to post more and more and more, but that's complex. You don't really want to manage. So also a way to differentiate myself, my app, is actually to keep it very simple, very easy. You pay, you got everything. That's it. Ease of use, minimalist apps, because I also talked about the detail of my app, my flow, and so on. Comprehensive checklist. So that's also a good way, because there is so much information here that actually following up by a question to just O1, just the main model, you can see here O1 or O1 mini, because in the pro plan you have unlimited access to O1 and so on. O1 Pro as well is very good. You can you just ask, okay, give a little bit more detail and context about your use case, and tell it to just to generate a summaries comprehensive that will give me an edge over them. What can I do to differentiate myself over them, and so on. And you will have a comprehensive checklist summary that I got, and I mean, that's pretty insane. Pricing model also, it got me a pricing model, and that's why after I went on and said, actually, I'm more, I would like more like a flat $10 price. I'm just not sure about the risk and so on, about the to make more less friction, where it work, free plan, paid plan, and so free plan with limited access, and then you have the paid plan with all the bulk upload, smart scheduling, content creation calendar, and so on. So pretty much everything. And so there is no one size fits all price comparison that goes from 5 competitor like Buffer and Peller have planned around $5 and $10 per channel per user. So that's also something. And a way to differentiate me is just, no, you know what? When you create an account, you pay, and when you pay, you can connect as many accounts as you want. Period. It doesn't cost me anything. And so that's also a way to differentiate myself. Anyway, you kind of see the point here. I just want to see also, because I did another final thing that you can do, which is going to, okay, you have your app, you have your pricing model, okay, that's great, but then you need to kind of find customers. And so that's kind of the next question I started asking it, is to, okay, try to analyze the market strategies of my competitor, the organic content that they are posting, what ads are they running, and on what channel. Is it Google, Facebook, and so on. And that's actually what it asked me. Should I focus on the top competitor previously researched? So yes, absolutely. Ad platform to focus on. Do you want me to research all possible ad platforms, Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, and so on? Or is there a specific one you want to prioritize? Actually, I believe I say every single one, because I have no idea what it is. Since this is the first ad that I'm going to be published and market, I'm going to be honest, that's something I'm still discovering here. And then organic social media strategy, what type of content they are posting to promote their app, because social media marketing, you need to understand, is when you are posting content and this content bring user to your app, this is free user, where when you are using ad, you need to pay to get user. And that was actually my other point that I started putting here, is about the ROI, the return on investment with the app. That was kind of the main thing I want to know about. Because if when you are paying ad, you're getting more money than what you're putting in. Let's say if you put $100, you get the equivalent of $150 of customers. Well, that's kind of where things get very interesting for the health of your business, because then you get more money than what you're putting, so you can just keep on putting more money in. Where things get very difficult is when you have the opposite, is where you are putting more money and you're getting less out of it. So that's kind of the very important thing when it comes to marketing. There is a big investment type aspect that you need to keep in mind in regard to that. But I kept on going, and it gave me a full breakdown of the organic content strategies that those companies have, the paid advertising strategies that those companies have, and the kind of customer acquisition cost. He tried to estimate, I believe, the customer acquisition cost. I need to read that in detail, but that's kind of what I was asking it, the idea of return on investment here. And so then of course there is so much text that all of the time I first ask it to just generate a kind of a summary, but that's mind-boggling. How you have no idea how much time it would have taken me, or how much money it would have I would have need to spend to get all of that. Probably somewhere close to $1,000. I believe it's probably on the verge of what it would have been required to get that level of information over just a single ad that I'm building. And I've put a few questions. I got the result less square. I mean, with all the different research and so on, probably in less than an hour. That's mind-boggling. That's insane. So my best advice to you is, if you are developing an app or service and you are fucking lazy like me and you don't want to do market research, you want to focus on a product and service, just ask it. Just ask it. And honestly, pay for that $200 amounts. At least for me, it has been more than worth it. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.